inspection is part of attending to the docket themselves. It is work on its own. The inspection of the docket, and it takes that period, which means the dockets are receiving attention.
Yes, you see, you said there's nothing complicated in this. It could have been done. You gave an instruction that the whole process must be done within 7 days, meaning it must be back with investigators, right?
The docket,
yes,
yes, after they receive them for the dockets, yes.
Yes. And what I'm saying is that just the inspection process alone took 11 days.
Yes.
So it wasn't quite as simple as, well, it can all be inspected, assessed, determined which station or which murder and robbery unit these should go to within 7 days. That wasn't possible.
It is possible, Chair, in this sense. In this sense, the team is doing inspection, but ensure that this whole process is finalized of handing over and everybody, whatever that needed to be done is done within these 7 days. I don't necessarily mean that it's very difficult to conduct an inspection. I don't know how they go to 9 days, whether how many people were involved.
11, not 9. 11, not 9.
Yes, yes, Chair. But what I mean is that, Chair, sometimes when we conduct investigation or let's say inspection, I can be alone, sit here as a commander doing an inspection, but we can be 4. There can be 4 of us or 5 of us, and then we share this docket. Then it can be done within a day or 2. So if it's done within 11 days, it means that maybe 1 or 2 officials were the ones now doing these inspections. I don't know how they did it. That led them to take in 9 days. But what is very much crucial to note, Chair, that I always...
It was 8 people.
It was 8
people.
Yes, yes.
You see that in paragraph 28 of the same statement.
I know it was 8 people, Chair, but it does not necessarily mean that all of them were actually going through the dockets. But what is very much crucial in this regard is the fact that we are talking about dormant cases here that were not being attended to by themselves. So it's not like the 10 days that we spent versus the 3-4 years they never attended to those dockets.
That's, General, whether or not what you're claiming is correct or not, and we can get there, you didn't know that at this point in time in any event.
Yes.
You didn't know that.
Yes.
What you claimed now, that in fact there was no work being done on these dockets.
I've demonstrated it already.
You did not know that in February. You did not know that in March. You did not know that in April.
I did.
How did you come to know that?
Remember that the docket came, and there was a comment made that they gave us dockets that are actually not, that haven't been attended in a long time. And
where was that comment?
Come again?
Where was that comment?
Where was that comment?
Yes.
It won't be in writing.
Oh.
But the docket were handed over on they were collected from KZN, I think on the 27th by a Colonel Kumalo from PKTT to General Kumalo, who handed it over to General Senthumule the 28th of March. Now, from the 28th of March, General Senthumule already indicated to me that we've received 118 dockets. Now, those 118 dockets, the team is after, she says, I've instructed the team to just conduct an inspection on those dockets so that we must check under, let's say, what circumstances or under, or let's say, for instance, how far were they investigators, those dockets? So it is the normal course of duty or how we do it when you do a handing over. You've got to be able to know that this docket, I found it under this condition. This is how it was. Now, they said this docket, if you can look at it, many of these dockets are not political related cases.
Who said that?
General Senthumule
And
and
when
General
did she say
Motsepe.
that? And when?
It was after the handing over.
How long after?
It's not a difficult question. It's just that I'm listening to this question, how long after? I mean,
I asked you a question because you said, look, the fact that it took so long and the inspection, it takes whatever it is, that period of time, you anticipated me where I'm going, I think. You tried to anticipate my question by saying, you know, there was no work being done on these dockets in any event. So what does it matter if an inspection period was 11 days, which is a long time?
to me, I was given the inspection report that demonstrated that these dockets are very old cases.
When were you given that inspection report?
Unfortunately, at this point in time, Chair, I'm sure Chair, I've mentioned it before. I'm not in office. I don't have gadget. I don't have anything that can remind me or assist me to remember everything. But the bottom line is that I do have the report. And this report I read. And what I unfortunately even failed to do as I was reading that report was to also say which ones are political, which ones are not political related. And
just an approximation, then perhaps, General, it was May, it was April, it was June.
And to be clear, you're referring to the led by General Motsepe, because you've referred to the Motsepe report.
Can we refer to the letter that was a report that was drafted by General Motsepe, because it contains the date?
Let me help you, General. General Motsepe says in paragraph 24 of her statement, thereafter, on or about 6 June 2025, I compiled a draft unsigned report in the form of an executive summary of the inspection exercise undertaken. The purpose of the draft report was to motivate for a budget allocation for these dockets to be investigated and to get direction from General Sibiya and General Senthumule.
Yes, so when is the date?
The date is on or about 6 June.
6 June.
Is when she compiled the draft report.
Yes.
So then she says on 7th June, let me just read it to you. On 7 June, I met General Sibiya and Senthumule to give them feedback about our intention and readiness to go to KZN and Eastern Cape to start the investigation of these 121 dockets. So it was on 7 June that she met with you. I assume that she would have given you the draft report then.
It's not the report I'm talking about. It's not the report I'm talking about. I'm talking the one that starts on the 3rd of, we call it the Motsepe report. That's what I want to check. We do have it.
So, aren't we able to locate that? So that should mean, General, then it would have been later if this one was, what's the word she uses?
6
The
June.
word, no, I'm saying the word she uses to describe that one.
Draft.
Draft. So if this one was a draft and its date was about 6 June 2025, so the final, the Motsepe report that you are referring to would obviously have been later than the 6th of June, I would imagine.
What I wanted to read out of that Motsepe report, Chair, is because it gives a background. Out of the background, I was going to get the sentence that I think I need. That tells me that this is what happened.
Are we not able to locate them? Motsepe report.
It's in file 6, which we just trying
It's
to...
272, General, in file 6. You'll see the bottom page numbering in red, because the top one will say MCM 1A2. I think it's the very first document, if not the second.
I've got it, Chair.
And what sentence did you want to take us to?
May I read it? May I read on 31st December 2024, the Minister's Office issued an instruction. I will leave this paragraph. And okay, it says, I leave this paragraph. Discussion. On 28 March 2025, at about 10 o'clock, a meeting was held at Head Office Crime Intelligence between the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence and Lieutenant General Khumalo and the Divisional Commissioner Detective and Forensic Service Lieutenant General Senthumule, and proof of her acknowledgement is available. Now, this is now 28 March. A total of 118 dockets under investigation were handed over to Divisional Commissioner of Detective and Forensic Service by Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence. The agreement between both divisional commissioners is that the docket management and administration of the dockets will be in 3 phases, namely docket under investigation, docket pending decision from court, docket to which are presently with the former political task team. But now, on 2025-04-23, 3 dockets under investigation from Eastern Cape were handed to the Divisional Commissioner, Lieutenant General Senthumule. And then during the inspection, I'm now going to 3.2. During the inspection, Captain van der Berg established, according to the subs 5 entries, the last work done on the investigation and instructions given in this specific docket was on 6 January 2024, and the inspection officer was Lieutenant General Khumalo. This docket was investigated together with Mtata. Now, this one is on the Namhla matter. But what I wanted to just say is that Lieutenant General, when I read the 3.5, Lieutenant General Khumalo responded by writing information note signed on 2025-05, indicating that in October 2023, the task team commenced with a comprehensive analysis of both case dockets. During this review, it was discovered that the... No, it's okay. It's an irrelevant thing. What I was just trying what I wanted to show here, I thought I would come across where a clear background is provided as to what happened in terms of the timelines.
Okay, so it wasn't of any assistance to you?
Not much.
Okay. So that report, however, was, and I think, yes, this is MCM1, so this is the Motsepe report, which we know, at least the draft, was only ready on 6 June. So you would have only received the report sometime after 6 June, correct?
No. I think when they have done, it was just before they wrote a letter requesting for the budget, I guess, because I remember at that point in time I was still being given the document, the thick document that shows the one that I presented in terms of all the dockets that were inspected. and the list of case dockets. So it is around about that time, maybe.
But then to Chair's point, that would be much later because the letter requesting the budget, General Motsepe signs it on the 23rd of June 2025. It's MCM2. It follows that one that you were looking at.
Yeah, let me concede in that regard.
So maybe you can look at it and
it
confirm on
must
page
late.
287, that's her signature. It's 23 June 2025.
Same file as
That's-
6
you were
of
looking at the same document is MCM1. The one that follows it is MCM2. I don't want you to concede things that are not there. So maybe look at it and confirm that that's her signature on 287. It's the same file, file 6.
Yes, this is a signature on the 23rd of June. Yes.
Okay, so that confirms, why don't you finish what you were saying? You confirming that you only received this report sometime after the 6th of June.
Yes.
Okay, so you had no idea in February or March or April, any time before, what the status of the dockets were, the 121 dockets, the status of investigations. You had no idea because there had been no inspection done.
No, it was been done in between since the receipt. It was been done. Remember, they received it. They received the dockets, and the inspection started.
Well, the inspection team has already put the
Commenced.
evidence before us, and they said they started on the 19th. It took a team of people. They started on the 19th. They finished on the 30th. They compiled a report. A draft report was done on the 6th of June. At some point after that, you were provided with the report. Right?
Yes.
So to go back to my question, you therefore could not have known what the status of the investigations were of those dockets prior to receiving this report.
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't know what the status of those dockets were in February, March, April, etc., when you were issuing these instructions.
No, it doesn't mean when I say yes, I didn't know because I didn't have the report. But what is important is that, remember, in between this period, Chair, we have management meetings. We're meeting every day. We discuss these things. I know where they are with what. So it does not necessarily mean that the fact that there was no physical finalized report given, I didn't exactly know what was going on in my house. I get updated on a daily basis what is going on. So I knew that we've been given files, and the information that was given to me is that in some files, contents, certain statements have been removed. In some files, like in terms of the number of years, they haven't been attended to. So this, then, to me, I was interested to have that final report then.
Okay, so you wait for the final report. These dockets now have been there since the 28th of March. In all of that time, until it was returned, ultimately, in August, I believe, 2025, you would agree that no investigation was done on those dockets, correct?
I agree, no investigation was done. Chair, may I add, I don't want it to look like I'm just being asked one question and I want to still go to Polokwane and come back. But there was no investigation done, I agree. But had it not been the fact that when the docket was supposed to have been taken same time to KZN, the investigation wouldn't have been stalled.
Okay, so you said you were in constant supervision of your team, what did you do? What did you do before the inspection report? In fact, why did you insist on the inspection report? Why did you not instruct that the dockets go back to KZN? And I'm not saying back to PKTT on your version, to the murder and robbery unit, so that it can go into the hands of investigators.
I think we already passed this stage. I already said that I gave that instruction, and General Senthumule spoke to General Mkwanazi. General Mkwanazi rejected, and then we had to then speak to the National Commissioner, who then said, okay, make a plan. I will attend to it, but make a plan. In the meantime, for the docket now to receive attention, we were not now in a position to send investigators to KZN to just go investigate. To put a task team together. Now we have to take people who are carrying dockets from somewhere and put them together here. And then to say, now we have to go to KZN, now we need a budget. And now we had to write to the National Commissioner to say, National Commissioner, the KZN PC doesn't want to accept